is now becoming fixed to this mind. Now, what can be fixed? You see, everything is changing, but the recognition, the realization that nothing is still, that whole aspect of realizing it is fixed, is still. I don't know if the brain or the human mind can actually understand it from a secondary source. You have to find it by yourself. For this speaker, it appears like common sense. Common sense basically is that simplistic way of saying, well, whatever we have discovered as a human race, whether scientific, biological, religious, whatever, everything is moving. Even the blood, atoms, molecules, the earth spinning, the universe is changing, space around you is moving. Everything is moving. Okay? And the acceptance of everything is moving is fixed. It's absolute. So it's the knowledge that the one that is experiencing movement is fixed. That is that light being put on. Ah, wow. And the bonus is that the fixed one knows that his body is moving. So I have a moving body. I have a moving body. My body can do so many things. It can emotionally move. It can move in time. It can move different directions. It can go up. It can go down. It can go into sleep. It can go out of sleep. Even deep sleep is not fixed. It cannot be fixed because your body is moving through the night. The mind is just quiet. The mind is so quiet, it stops interacting with the body unless it calls upon the body for a dream. But it's the mind that's dreaming and the body responds. It starts tossing and turning. It wakes out of sleep if it's a bad dream. It falls into a more deeper sleep if it's a good dream. But that's only experience of the speaker. I don't speak for you. I don't speak for anyone. I don't try and teach what this existence is about. The fixed is consciousness. That's what we are. Now, if we look at it from the fixed point, we can stop everything moving. We can stop everything moving by not thinking. When you're looking out the window and you say, I'm going to try and stop things moving, you're going to identify with the clouds. You're going to identify with the trees blowing. You're going to identify with a car passing. But it's the identification that each individual thing is different, a different name, a different quality, a different information, different, learning through life. I've learned about the tree, I've learned about the cloud, I've learned about when a child looks out the window at 2 weeks old, it doesn't see movement. It sees one whole movement or no movement. When it sees movement, it's the emotional body starting to respond to life, to nature. So everything really is still. You see, how could it be still? If you look at the universe and the galaxies and the cosmos as infinite, one infinite life, okay, one infinite breath, one infinite pulse, the only thing that can be moving within it is that what is outside of it. Yeah, it has to make comparisons between movement and stillness. It's still. In our conceptual human mind of time and emotional response to life, there are moving things within it, but the whole thing is not moving until it has boundaries and something outside of it can measure itself against it. So only the things inside the whole can be perceived as moving. So this hand is moving within the universe, yeah, within this space, within the room, yeah. But when you're not in a concert hall, watching your favorite band, your eyes are fixated on the band, okay, and they are absolutely moving. They're rocking around, playing guitars, drums, everything, and whatever, yeah. And there's lights flashing and everything. But the people around you that are in your peripheral vision, you don't see them as moving, but they're moving when you fixate on them. Oh, they're moving. Yeah? So we only identify with an individual thing in life to create movement, to create emotional stimulation. You see, when you look at an individual talking about things like that, you really can't judge them as being religious, philosopher, psychologist, just an artist, a man, because you're listening to the words that are not associating with what we call as normal ways of talking, normal ways of getting people interested, sharing information about things that we know. We know about religion, we know about science, we know about the universe, we know about all these things, but we've never ever discussed to ourselves the difference between, I wouldn't say the difference, the actuality of what we have created out of what was there before and is still here now. Yeah, so if you start taking words like God in, religious now, yeah. Let's look at God. Your mind automatically goes into something, some judgment or some warning or some interest or some special attention, awareness towards God. So if you say the whole thing is God, and within God there's no movement until God has an external place to live in, then it becomes, God is moving within the external place. See? So we're all moving within the external place, but there's no external place, you see. Infinite life, infinite consciousness, infinite stillness, with a body. We're not trying to eradicate our beautiful moving body. Why would we? This is the joy. This is what, whether a God has created it, or we have created it, or something magical has just appeared to create ourselves through nature, it's a joy to be moving. It's a joy to be emotionally stimulated. And we can look at the clouds and say, wow. But you're not recognizing the grass or the trees below the clouds. When you're looking at the sky, you don't recognize them as moving because your attention is fixed on the word cloud. We just create an identification process. That's what humans do. We create identifications. The problem is when we identify with things that are not actual, physical, here and now, imaginations, perceptions about what God is, where it is, hopes, beliefs, meaning your mind puts into practice a picture of what may happen, could become, or what is possible, or past. When you try and relive a moment of memory, these things are not identifiable, but we still manage to give them names. We try and name even the atom, the molecule, what is inside the atom, the molecule, the virus. How many viruses have we identified with? All the same virus. All the same virus because they do the same thing. They create havoc to the human body. Yeah? Some, depending on your immune system, die. Some live. Some create difficulties in future days to come. The whole thing is life. The whole thing is consciousness. Whether God is external, that whole thing, nothing to do with God maybe. God's maybe the external, the witness to the whole thing, the whole cosmos, the whole galaxy. So, because the planet Earth is surrounded by something external, space. We are surrounded by something external, space. So the whole universe could be circular or cylindrical, like I. And outside of it is God, as space, a different type of space. In the Bhagavad Gita, they call it God consciousness. And then transcendental consciousness, which is a consciousness about to experience God consciousness. Cosmic consciousness, which is within the whole. And within cosmic consciousness, we have Christ consciousness. Not separate from God, not separate from transcending, not separate from cosmic. And from Christ consciousness, we have, human consciousness. Many other types of consciousness, the Bhagavad Gita. But as soon as you give it more names, you appear to be further away from the truth. You see, I can only go on my own experience. The more I know through intelligence, through information, the less I experience truth. Yeah? The more truth I become, the less intelligence and information is necessary. So therefore it becomes the unknown. The intelligence becomes the unknown. And you're acting out the known. I don't know if this makes any sense, but it's only my experience. I have no input on what your life is. Nothing to say. Nothing to teach you, nothing to interfere with, nothing to judge, you see? Because the minute you start thinking about how I live is the same for everyone else, you're in trouble. You're going to go back into that, I'm intelligent now, you see, form. I can tell you how it is. I can tell you how to do it. I can tell you all these things. And we all fall into the trap of giving little bits of pointing information. But the minute you sit down and write a book about how to become enlightened, you're just another ego state. I don't even know what enlightenment was or is. It's not I that becomes enlightened. It's that what is beyond the I that reveals the light to that I that cannot cope with it. Cannot cope with the light of, can you imagine the power? Can you imagine the power? Nanosecond, 1 nanosecond, gone. Oh, thank God. I'm bliss, I'm Satchitananda, I'm great, I'm love, I'm the new Jesus, I'm everything because I saw the light, but I'm glad it went, really. I'm really glad it went. As humans, we can create colossal lights, human beings on a little planet, part of a colossal universe, galaxy, cosmos, part of a colossal consciousness that we appear not to be. But the fact is, we are this colossal consciousness. We're just, acting out minimalistic identification parades. And it's okay because it gives us something to think about. It gives your mind something to play with and do and associate with. And it gives a kind of story to your life. And stories are good. So live the story. Be the story. Sometimes I think, I'm not explaining this properly. But then you say, but you're using a mind to explain something that is beyond mind. And then you appease yourself. You say, yeah, why? So what we do is, as humans, we settle for the human, state, the human consciousness. And we believe that we are human consciousness. We don't believe that we are colossal pure consciousness. The whole story is unfolding itself through an ability from some source that keeps us connected, never disconnected. And it just gives and gives every thought, every opportunity, every body, every breath, every second, so that whatever it is wants us as pure consciousness or as individual human flesh and bone body consciousness an opportunity to be alive. We pay respect to our family or any other human being when they give us a gift at Christmas time, or they give us a gift at birthdays and throughout the year. And can you imagine, well, you can imagine, because we've all experienced having a gift, and sometimes that gift that you get is just the one you wanted. It's perfect, absolute perfect gift. When you understand life, consciousness, whatever, let's call it God, you understand that the gift that this one, if it's a one, has given you, you can't find words to say thank you. And this is when the realization, the revelation of Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, whatever religion you are, whatever you feel inside you, it's true to you. You are so glad not to be as on the same level as them, but to even be considered by them. And in this moment, this realization, for the first time in your history, you feel worthy simply of being here. Nothing more. No fancy cars, no homes, no special positions, no certificates, no Wikipedia information about whatever you are. No identity can actually describe what you are. You're indescribable because you don't have a mind that worries about what's going on in a positive or negative way, because everything is truly for I. Everything is for me. Me the body, me, the soul, me, the spirit, me, the consciousness, me, the man, me, the peasant, me, the homeless, me, the middle class, me, the working class, me, the rich, me, the saint, me, the conspirer. Whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever name you want to give yourself, you find that the gratitude cannot disclose that gratefulness or that love for being alive. And therefore you can thank your parents. You can thank your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and you can thank everyone around you for reflecting the same as you, the same consciousness as you. There's no special then. There's no hierarchy, there's no bourgeois, there's no... Your mind can make comparisons and judgments and preference in what that life is about. But everything is indescribably what a lot of religious people don't like. Jiddu Krishnamurti, I think they call him nihilistic or whatever it is. But he's not talking about the mind, you see. He's not talking about the mind. He's using a kind of quality of mind. And in fact, you know what? One of the greatest things you can experience from this meeting is every single human being, every single animal, every single piece of grass, every past saint, every future saint, everyone that you might admire, I don't know, some type of religion, Christianity or Hinduism or whatever. Some may respond to some Thich Nhat Hanh spiritual Muji, Neem Karoli Baba, whatever side it is, Yuji Krishnamurti, every single one of us is speaking the same language. Meaning every single one of us is looking for the same outcome, the same consciousness, the same God. How we do it is up for debate to your mind, your ego that wants to say this is better, that one's not better, that one's stupid, that one's really rich, that one's religious, that one's non-religious, that one's nihilistic, that one is whatever. Once you see that we're all looking from the same place for the same thing, you'll understand how easy it is to work together and to like each other for what they are. And that's the greatest part of enlightenment, if it's called enlightenment, is to accept, respect, and have faith and trust in yourself and all men and women equally. I don't know if there's anything else worth saying, you know, except I love you, whoever, whatever, wherever you are, as I.